Right, welcome to the video everyone, a nutrition Q&A with me, the racing blogger, otherwise known as Stephen from SRP Fitness. Links in my bio to my Twitter handle for my nutrition page. So the purpose of these videos are to help all of you understand nutrition, to tailor your own diet plans to get amazing results and add some value to your life. So I'm trying to give you value here and I'm trying to improve your health and your fitness because we all know my hashtag is health is wealth. So if you listen to the simple steps that I give you and break down for you in this video and you apply them steadily over a period of time, you will get phenomenal results. So without further ado, let's start this nutrition Q&A. So KeyJOV2 asks, blogger, how would you drop weight over say 2 months? Well, the simple answer to that will drop you into a calorie deflect. Let's say 500 calories below your maintenance. What I want you to do to achieve this, if you're not going to track your macros, is make a few simple changes. Number one, let's drop the alcohol for that 8-week period to help you reach your goals. Alcohol doesn't help in any benefit or any form of imagination. Number two, I want you to make sure you're eating protein with every meal. If you're eating a meal, I want you to think and apply protein to that meal. That's going to help you. So over 2 months, that means we have 56 days. It means we have 8 weeks, which is a lot of time to achieve amazing results, Will. In that time, we could periodize 1 kilo of fat loss per week. That would be 8 kilos of fat gone, which is 20 pounds, which is absolutely fantastic and more than realistically achievable. I've met you and I can kind of visualize your body right now. So how would you drop it? Ideally by tracking your macros and by exercising. Exercise can be done in any shape or form that suits you, any sporting activity, football, running, whatever gets you going. If you like to do power walking, preferably going to the gym, putting some weight to maintain muscle mass, because in a diet, muscle tends to disappear as well as fat, and we don't want that because muscle on the skeletal frame is what makes us look good, so we try to hang on to muscle. So make sure you're consistent with your actions. Be truthful to yourself and be consistent with your day-to-day steps. If at the end of the day you haven't had 4 to 6 servings of protein, say, okay, I didn't do it today, but I'm going to get back on the bandwagon tomorrow. I'm not going to beat myself up about it, but I'm going to keep on trying. Weigh yourself on a Monday morning. If the scales haven't changed, you're eating too much. It's as simple as that. Make sure you're not eating takeaway food, too much restaurant food, if you want great results in 8 weeks. The reason is it's very high in fat. Start cooking your meals, start buying your shopping, start stacking your fridge up. Be prepared. Losing fat is a simple process that just takes some planning and action. So a follow-on question here is from Dan at Bozzy1988. Can you also answer that question over a longer time scale? Some of us have a lot of work to do. Absolutely, Dan. Some people have more work to do and some people have less work to do. There are no differences to your question than to Will's. We're going to move on a slightly longer time scale, dipping down, dipping down, dipping down. So your diet's going to effectively take a longer time to reach your ideal goal, which I don't know what it is. But what we want to do is, again, be consistent. Now, it doesn't mean making radical changes and sticking to them forever and ever. We can do things like diet breaks. So let's say, Dan, you were dieting for 12 weeks and you now want to ease back a bit. We'll bring your calories back up to maintenance. And you'll have a week at maintenance, so your body gets all that nourishment, you're no longer in a deflect, your hormones go back up, and you feel a bit better about life, and you get to eat more food. So we can do mini steps like that. We can also do a refeed. A refeed is where once a week, we up your calories to maintenance to get glycogen levels back up and improve generally how you feel. Now again, if you're significantly overweight, we don't really need refeeds, we don't really need diet breaks. All we need are 2 things. We need to be in a calorie deflect, which is critical, and we need to be consistent with our actions. And this is why people hire coaches. When I diet, guess what, guys? I hire a coach. That's right. Why? Accountability. If you're not accountable to somebody for your actions, it's so easy to cheat. When I was dieting for the photos you've seen me post, I had a coach who I was checking in with once a week via video log, via email, someone to moan at, say, oh, how bloody hard it is, oh, blah, 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 and let it all off my shoulders. So hire a coach. Don't expect to be able to achieve these things on your own. Sure, you can go so far, but when your fat loss stalls is when you're going to have to make adaptations and changes. Consistency, weigh yourself every Monday morning. Drop the stuff that you know you shouldn't be doing. If you're out having a kebab on the weekend like a doner, smashing pints of beer every night, be realistic, be truthful to your own goals, and try and be as active as you can. Walking is one of the best forms of cardio. People don't realize when you're walking, you're burning calories. It's a fantastic form of cardio that has no hard impact on the body. It's very light, it's very soft. Try and get at least 10,000 steps in a day. Instead of taking the elevator or on the tube or the lift, walk up the stairs. It makes a huge difference to your thermic effect, to how many calories, your TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure you burn throughout the day. So I hope that helps you with the question. So a good question here. Finally, we get one about building muscle, which I love. Lamhead at Lamheadnuther. Best, most effective way to put on lean weight. Absolutely. When we're bulking, we don't want to get fat. We don't want to get all bloated and podgy and just walk around like a big bear. Because what we're effectively doing is we're slowing down the rate of muscle. The fatter you get, the harder it is to gain muscle. So the leaner you are, the easier it will be to gain lean muscle. And the way we do this is we work out our maintenance level, and we might just go 300 calories above that every day. You see, guys, there's no great difference between bulking or losing fat. Bulking means to get bigger, and slimming down means to lose fat, right? All we do when we're dieting is we lower calories, and when we're growing, we up calories. The foods don't change. Just the amount we put into our mouth is all that changes. There are no superfoods, there are no bad foods. Food is food. It contains protein, fats, and carbs. Your veggies and fruits contain micronutrients, and that's all it comes down to. So, Lamhead, the answer to your question is be in a calorie surplus. I'd recommend 300 calories above your maintenance level. Lift heavy, lift hard, and lift smart to promote muscular growth. If you're not training hard in a surplus, if you're not pushing your body, pushing how strong you can get, you won't build solid muscle. So periodize your training in waves, do blocks of hypertrophy, do blocks of strength training, even chuck in some endurance and get some high reps in there for a short period of time. I'd even recommend doing things like 8 sets of 3 reps to really test true strength. If you're not gaining weight, up your calories. At MacVaymark1 asks blogger, is it possible to lose 3 stone in 6 months? Very, very much so, Mark. I don't know what you look like or what you weigh, so I can't give a definite answer, but I've had clients who have done that easily. Do you know how they achieve it? They employ a coach, they're accountable to their actions, and they actually want to make a fucking difference. People who are focused on their goals make a difference. If you want something, put in the hard work, show the motivation, turn up and be accountable, and I guarantee you, if that's the goal you want, you can achieve it. So another question from MacVaymark, what's the best diet and what exercises should you do in the gym? There is no best diet. There is only one diet. Let me get this through to all of you now for the final time until you die. There is one diet, a calorie deflect. That's it. There are many ways to lose weight, but there's only one way to diet. You have to be in a calorie deflect. Less calories that are going into the body, do you get that? Less that are going in is going to cause a deflect. It's as simple as that. We need to cause a deflect to neglect and to negate fat so we burn energy. That's the only diet there is. Now you could do intermittent fasting, you could eat 3 meals a day, 4 meals a day, 5 meals a day. You can take out carbs if you're a fucking lunatic, don't do that. But that's the best diet. It's the only diet, a calorie deflect, scientifically backed. I'm a science-based practitioner. What exercises should you do at the gym? You should do exercises that stimulate all areas of the body to hold on to as much muscle mass as possible. Again, you want to focus on the big lifts, the bench press, the military press, squatting, deadlifting, wide grip pull-ups. Don't worry about doing things like bicep curls. They're small muscles and they come second. So do a full body workout 3 times a week and you won't go wrong, and stick to being in a caloric deflect. At Dave Smith at Landlockhead asked, racing blogger, can you repeat the protein and fat numbers per pound? Yes, you won't go wrong if you have 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And if you set your fat macro at 0.4 to 0.6, you won't go wrong on MyFitnessPal, and the rest of your diet will be made up by your carbohydrate intake. At Kevin O'Malley at ComGG Racing asks, more important to stretch before or after a workout? Can you warm up effectively, risk-free, without at least some stretching? Absolutely, you can warm up risk-free without some stretching. Again, it would depend on what kind of exercise you're going to do, how dynamic, how explosive it is. If you're going to do plyometrics, for example, absolutely, a warm-up is so critical. You know, anything explosive, you need to get your body purring from gear 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you're just going into some stagnant weightlifting, a lot of the time you don't need to warm up. You can warm up on a light workup set. So when I'm doing chest press, I might not do any mobilization for my chest because I'm quite flexible in it. I can retract my scapula and shoulder blades. I'll warm up with the 10 kilo dumbbells for 20 reps. I'll move up to the 20, and then I'll start my working sets going up from the 30s up to the 45. So you don't have to stretch. Some people are very flexible. When it comes to my legs, I do a good mobilization circuit. I do some hip thrusts, some leg lunges, rotations of the spine to open up. Hope that helps. At Liam Delaney 1 asks, blogger, is it best to run 10k at a normal pace or run 3k as fast as I can as a best way to maintain fitness? There really isn't any difference, Liam. The only difference is 10k is 6.1 miles and 3k is just under 2 miles. I'm an ex-runner for the Queen's Park Harriers. I was a cross-country runner for 20 years of my life. That's why I'm quite a skinny lad, naturally, before I started gymming it. 10k, you're going to be running longer, you're going to burn more calories. 3k, you're going to be running a shorter time and you're going to burn less calories. So as a best way to maintain fitness, I'd say combine the two. Doing some speed work with an endurance work is a great way of running. People who just do long sapping endurance work, they generally get very skinny and don't have much muscle mass. Chuck in some speed work with some weights as well. At Les Ramsey asks, at Lezer81, what sort of kebabs is best to eat? I think you mean what kind of kebabs are best to eat. Chicken shish, it's lean and there isn't a lot of fat drizzling all over it. If you're serious about fat loss or health in general, stay away from that bollocks, the doner kebab and the lamb kebab. Always opt for the lean option on the grill. Nick Hanshaw says 6-pack versus 6 keg. Only one winner, keg. Nick, if that's what you want in life, who am I to argue? You go for it. Non-fitness related, but I'm going to answer it. It's what the blogger does. At Stuart Jones 84, if Batman is ill, does Robin get to drive the Batmobile? Of course he does, he's Robin. Right, 3 steps to help you all tailor your own diet. Number 1, go and download MyFitnessPal. Enter in the calculations that I gave you in this video for your macros. Do that. Stick to them. Be loyal to yourself for a week. Weigh yourself the day you start and a week later, preferably with no clothes on. Go to the toilet, don't drink any water in the morning. See if you've lost weight. If you haven't, maybe you haven't been realistic with your goal, maybe you haven't tracked your macros properly, but it will give you a phenomenal gauge. Number 2, stop doing the things that you know are holding you back. If you're out boozing all the time, eating fast food, eating junk, eating takeaways, you know you're your own worst enemy. Don't lie to yourself. Be realistic with your goals. If you're cheating on yourself, you're cheating on yourself. That's fine. But if you're serious about goals and you want results, you're going to have to make a few lifestyle changes. It doesn't have to be that hard, and I'm going to show you how now. Right, so the primary goal of fat loss is calories, proteins, fats and carbs. You need to be in a calorie deficit every day of the week to lose weight. So, can you eat pizza on a diet? Yes. Could you drink alcohol on a diet? Yes. Can you eat ice cream on a diet? Yes. What is a pizza? It's protein, fat and carb. That's it. What is ice cream? It's mainly fats and carbohydrates, but mainly fats to be honest with you. Again, what is alcohol? Well, alcohol doesn't really have any caloric content in it. It has 7 calories per gram and it kind of slows you down. But again, calories are king. So if you can fit those calories into your daily diet and still be under the level that you need for fat loss, you can still eat those foods. One thing I'm sick and tired of hearing is you can't eat bread on a diet. Oh, for crying out loud. We're in the year 2016. Science is science for a reason. I eat bread all the time. So do all my colleagues who are in phenomenal shape. What is bread? Look on the back of the pack. 1 slice of bread has 2 grams of fat, 20 grams of carbs and 5 protein. These are called your macros. Guess what? Macros, calories are king. Your body doesn't know the difference between eating a potato or eating bread. Sure, a potato may fill you up for longer, but as in terms of actually losing weight, your body doesn't know the difference. So a carb is a carb. This is a carbohydrate. Yes, it has vitamins and minerals, your micro, but it has a lot of your macro. It's a carbohydrate. An apple typically has 20 grams of carbs, which is 80 calories. A slice of bread will have 100 calories. A potato will have around 200 calories. These are all carb sources. And that's all it is, guys. There is no such thing as a bad food. This is broccoli. It's a vitamin mineral. It's a micronutrient. Okay, these are some crepes. I'm going to have these tonight. I'm going to stick some phage yogurt in it and cut up an apple. It's primarily carbohydrates from the apple and the crepe, but I'm going to get a load of protein in there. Phage Greek yogurt, currently on offer at Waitrose, £3.60, pretty cheap. So again, macros are king, guys. There are no such thing as a bad food. Food is food. We've got some wholemeal pita bread here. Is this better than a potato? Is it better than bread? No, it's a carbohydrate, and that's all your body understands. This is protein. This is chicken. A 200-gram chicken breast normally has around 40 grams of protein. Remember, protein has 4 calories per gram, fat has 9, and carbs have 4. So what does that tell us? It tells us that fat is very calorically dense. So eating fatty foods are going to put you above your calorie intake for the day, and it's so easy to do. Fat tastes delicious, you know, bacon, steak, cakes, buttery things, fried food. It's all so fatty. Is it good for us? Well, it's not bad for us, but you want to look at moderation. It's always moderation, simplicity. You don't want to overeat on those foods. So always try to get in your good quality servings of protein. So if you're currently overweight, you still have a lot of leeway in your diet. It's up to you to decide how fast you want to diet. Now, when I got lean, I had to start cutting out a whole pizza because I didn't have that many calories in my diet. Towards the last 6 weeks, I was on 1,900 calories a day. I started on 2,800 and slowly brought them down the leaner I got and when fat loss stalled. So instead of having a pizza, I had half a pizza. I kept it in my diet. Instead of having 2 slices of toast in the morning time with my eggs, I had 1 slice. I still kept it in my diet. This is an egg, it's a protein source and a fat source. It has 6 grams of protein and 5 grams of fat. Crack it open, remove the yellow, you've now got 6 grams of protein and no fat. It's a lower calorie meal, pure protein. So I have 6 in the morning with only 1 yolk. That gives me 36 grams of protein and only 5 grams of fat. That means I save up fat for my other meals throughout the day, being clever with my macros. And that's what it's all about, guys. The more you practice this, the better you'll get with your macros, the more savvy you'll get with your macros, and you'll start coming up with tricks like this, having crepe pancakes with Greek yogurt and some blueberries and apples and making these great foods at home. It's a way of life, guys. Health and fitness is a way of life. Let me tell you something now. This is something many people don't know about me. I was in a wheelchair for a year of my life. I was crippled at one stage and semi-paralyzed. I lost the use of my right leg. It's happened to me twice in my life. I'm not going to go into it, but I've had to rehabilitate myself, and I've learned the hard way that health is wealth. If you think you can continually abuse your health and you're severely overweight, or if you're underweight, there's a lot of people out there who are skinny. Let me tell you something, just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're healthy. You know what I'm talking about, right? A lot of people are very weak when they're skinny, very low on energy, very tired, they get ill. Being skinny and fat doesn't mean that you're healthy or not healthy here. But health is wealth, and if you try to make a few subtle changes to your life by increasing the amount of protein servings you get into your body throughout the day, exercising at least twice a week for half an hour to 40 minutes, that's nothing. Drop the bullshit on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Get off of the bloody Only Way is Jungle or the Only Way is Essex or what's this shit you all watch on TV? Fuck me, Simon Cowell, X Factor. Just put it away for a while. Invest in your health, invest in your family's and your children's health, and I guarantee you one thing. All I'm interested in is growing old gracefully. Honestly, that's the truth. I just want to grow old gracefully and happily, and I value my health. So a little bit of a rant there, but I want to get this message across to all of you. There are no bad foods. There are none of these superfoods that Jamie Oliver consistently comes out with. Does Jamie Oliver look in great shape to you? Absolutely not. So I wouldn't be listening to any of his nutritional advice whatsoever. Number 2, food is food. Just make sure you're in a caloric deficit every week. Weigh yourself, be measurable, make changes, hire a coach. That's what I do for people. I tailor your diet plan, I tailor your training. You get to check in with me via email all the time. I support you on your journey. It's a journey, guys. I give you a map and you take that map and follow it. And along the map, we check in via email and I give you signals to help you, to motivate you, to keep you going. Dieting alone is very, very hard. Like I said, I hire a coach when I diet, and you may be able to lose a few kilos by yourself, which would be brilliant if you apply the advice that I give you in this video. Oh, please stop eating cereal for breakfast in the morning. add a protein source in. So I hope you found this video informative. My links are in my bio to SRP Fitness, where you can ask me more questions. If you found the video helpful, which I'm sure you did, you had to, please share the video. This video can help so many people. I'm a science-based practitioner. I learned from people like Martin McDonald at Mac Nutrition in Loughborough, Chris Burgess from Lift the Bar Fitness, and I'm affiliated with some of the best trainers, coaches, nutrition people in the world, and I genuinely love to help people change their lives, their mindset, because when you change your diet, you change your mindset, which is phenomenal. And this video can help people, and life's all about helping rather than hindering. Thank you all for watching the video. If you like the video, like and share. Any more questions at any time, let me know, and we'll always get more videos up and going. And remember, one more key thing. A man who tries is 10 times better than a man who never tries.